Hi everyone, I'm Melanie Iverson. I am the wife to James Iverson. I've got two kids, Carter and Grace, and currently I am Mrs. North Dakota International 2020, as well as the co-founder of Mosaic Design and Build with James and the co-founder of She Overcomes, my nonprofit. So I am so excited to start this channel. You don't even know how much time I've been thinking about it and processing what it could look like to really invite you into my story as Mrs. North Dakota International, but also as Melanie, as just Melanie. When I first got started in this process, I was kind of stressed out because I felt like sometimes I'm Mrs. North Dakota and I'm wearing this crown and these gowns and all of this stuff, and then during the day I'm wearing boots to work and showing up at job sites. And if I showed up at a job site at one of our remodels with the clothes that I wore at an evening event, I would just be laughed at. My contractors would make so much fun of me. So sometimes it's felt like I'm this person here and another person there, and then I'm just one person. And so I thought it would be really fun to invite you into my process, because my whole life, like your whole life probably right now, is totally integrated. We used to have our work self, and then our mom self, for those of you who are parents, and then who I am with my husband, and then who I am to the public. And it's like we kind of had these different, my friend Jennifer calls them silos, that we put our lives into, my work self and my home self and my public self. And now, given the crisis that we're in, we're all of ourselves all at the same time. And I am feeling it, and so I imagine you might be too. So I wanted to create this channel also because, of course, I'm going through this journey as Mrs. North Dakota, and I've had so many people ask me questions like, what do you do with your hair and makeup? And how do you walk in those shoes? And like, what do you wear? And how do you figure all of that stuff out? So I thought it would be kind of fun to just peel back the curtain and show you what are the things that I'm doing to get ready for our national competition, which is going to be in July of 2020 in Tennessee. And then also to talk a little bit more about my platform, which is She Overcomes. So the idea behind She Overcomes was this thought that I've had from my own experience that it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a homeschool mom, or you're on the front lines in this COVID crisis. Every single person in our lives has something that they need to overcome. The pieces that really I'm very passionate about and kind of are the pillars of this platform are our personal lives, and what are the obstacles that we need to overcome in our personal lives. And I'm going to talk a lot about my own experience in that. As some of you know, James and I went through just this horrible divorce, and really I hit the lowest low that I'd ever hit during that time. And through faith and worship and therapy, I was able to really reprocess and rewire my whole brain, actually. And James had some therapy too, and we were able to reconcile. And so I just think personally, as women and as people, we have our own things that we're all trying to work on. So we've got this personal piece. And secondly, we've got this relational restoration, I guess you could say, or reconciliation, where, I don't know about you, but I have not yet become an expert at conflict. However, the experiences that I've had specifically with James, but also just learning who I am and learning what do I need to do to advocate for myself in a relationship. What does that look like? And because a lot of my experiences with James, of course, I'm going to share a lot about that. So that's essentially the second pillar of She Overcomes, of this platform. And the third pillar is this professional restoration. And so what that means to me, and really these pillars build on each other, because if I'm unhealthy in my personal life, if I'm not taking care of myself as a mom and as a wife and whatever, I'm not going to be able to bring my full self into the relationships that are around me, whether that's with a family member or a coworker or a boss that I just can't. For me, I don't have a boss. I am the boss, but I have clients that I want to please, and sometimes that can be really conflicting. And so these personal and relational areas are really valuable, so that when we do go to work, however that looks like for you right now, whether that's virtual or whether, like I said, you're a frontliner working at a nursing home or at a hospital, or you're a school teacher trying to figure out the best that you can what you're doing, each of us has something that we are overcoming professionally, so those are the pillars that I'm going to be building on in this channel. And so I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about those 3 areas with you, and invite you in on this journey with me because this is totally new to me. I have joked with a lot of people as Mrs. North Dakota that I am Sandra Bullock from Miss Congeniality. Like, I'm kind of that girl. There was a time when I would get dressed up and I would do all this stuff because I'm a designer and that's what we do. But I went through this season where I just wore all black and kind of quit wearing makeup and was just really depressed. And so I'm coming out of that, of course, and now in this new place where I have to think again about small things, but about my skin and how I feel and how am I taking care of myself. So I'm actually really excited to take you in to the pageant life with me, because I have not grown up like this. I have never, in high school, I think I ran in a pageant, it was 20 years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a coach or anything like that. I just wanted to try it and see what it was like. And ironically, Sandra Bullock and I do share that I actually did win Miss Congeniality in that. And actually, I played the saxophone and with my small jazz band, and so I did win most talented, I think, too. But anyhow, so it has been a trip. It has been a ride. So I'm actually really excited to bring you in on some of those things. And some of that I will be talking about a little bit more is literally what am I doing for my hair? What am I doing for shoes? And these seem like kind of silly things to cover, but I'm in this the National Queens Facebook group, and these women are asking the same questions. We're all asking hey, what are you wearing in this context? And what does this look like? And so whether you're looking for a couple tips on even just how to wear a right pair of shoes for your feet for a long period of time. We all have something at some point we're going to dress up for. So I'm going to give you some tips, some tricks on that. I am not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I am for the Sandra Bullock kind of girls that are I've thought about that, but I'm not pageant material, and I just want to rest assured. Neither am I. I'm just doing my best, humbling myself, getting some coaching and teaching and training. And so so that will be kind of a fun part of this process. And so, if there's anything you want to talk about, if there's questions you have about makeup and wardrobe, or questions you have about Melanie, I have this question. How did you go from nervous breakdown to reconciling with your ex-husband? I'm going to talk about all of it and really bring you into the tension that my life has been in all of these different areas. And so please subscribe, like it. I'd love for you to stay connected. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Welcome to my life. This is the beginning for us together, and I'm just so excited that you want to be a part of it with me. So thank you.